Hey guys, I'm Sheena, the Sports Report Girl, here for your Pro Football Week in Review. So, do you remember last week when Mike Singletary had his post-game meltdown? God, I love it when coaches lose it like that. Anyway, it was very entertaining and gave us all something to talk about. It's not often that you see a coach in the NFL treat a player like he's still in college, and sending him to the showers while the game was still going on, beautiful. But what doesn't qualify as beautiful is the stunt Samurai Mike pulled at halftime. As reported by a Phoenix area radio station, Singletary called his team together in the locker room and proceeded to drop his pants and point to his rear end in order to visualize just how poorly they were performing. When asked about the incident, Mike explained it was an effective way of getting his point across. I mean, really? Something tells me that you're selling yourself short if you think dropping your pants is an effective means of communication. And that, paired with his meltdown before the media, just makes the Hall of Famer appear unglued. I can respect that he's emotional. I mean, as a player, it served him very well. But now he's a head coach. As emotional as some head coaches can be, the truly great ones are never ruled by their emotions. Moving on. This past week, we learned that former Pro Bowl quarterback Daunte Culpepper is signing a 2-year deal with the Detroit Lions. After losing Kitna to injury and watching Orlovsky run out of the end zone for a safety, the Lions knew they had to do something. So they, along with the Chiefs, contacted Culpepper to see if he would be interested in unretiring. The Lions are a good fit for Daunte, who we know is capable of airing it out. He and Calvin Johnson on the same offense? That, in time, could be quite the combination. Plus, he spent most of his career in Minnesota, so he knows the black and blue division well. Thing is, the last time we heard from Culpepper was when he wrote that open letter to the NFL and the world. In the letter, he complained of not being given a fair shake in the offseason and that he never wanted to land a job due to the misfortunes of someone else. But isn't that exactly what he's doing now, some 8 weeks later? Wasn't he only contacted with serious offers once Kitna, Croyle, and Heward went down with season-ending injuries? I don't know, the whole thing just makes him seem a bit like a crybaby. Obviously, he's too young to remain retired, especially if his knee is fully recovered, but somehow I'd have had more respect for him if he did. And finally, the other big contract signing of the week was between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Full terms of the deal weren't immediately disclosed, but sources close to the Packers claim it's on par with the deal struck last year between the Cowboys and Tony Romo, somewhere in the 6-year, $66 million range. For the most part, Rodgers has been deserving. His quarterback rating is right around 100. He's completing about 65% of his passes with 13 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. But the thing I can't understand, what's the hurry to make this deal now? If you're the Packers, he's only started 8 games and you're 4-4. There's 8 more to go and a lot can happen in half a season. And if you're Rodgers, stepping in for a legend is never easy. But if he stays on this pace the entire year, his asking price would be even higher at season's end. I can understand not wanting to risk a big payday if he were to get injured, just as I can see the Packers not wanting to risk losing him to free agency. But it just seems like there might have been an ulterior motive in making this deal now. A message sent out there to a certain someone playing in the Meadowlands? You think? Nah, they're clearly all too grown up to do something childish like that, right? Okay guys, that's it for this week, but don't forget to our other shows like The Backspin and the College Football Week in Review, or you could just subscribe to our YouTube channel. When you do, please be sure to post your questions and comments or send them to srg@thesportsreportgirl.com. And of course, there's always our fan page on Facebook. See you back here next week for another edition of the Pro Football Week in Review.